In the world of bodybuilding, no title is held in higher esteem than the Mr. Olympia. It takes a combination of elite genetics, hard work, dedication, and precision to stand a chance of having your hand raised. Of those who have graced the Olympia stage, only 19 men have earned the right to call themselves Mr. Olympia. Over the next few weeks, I will outline every single Mr. Olympia contest, as well as the cash prize the victor earned for their efforts. In this video, I will cover every Mr. Olympia contest from 1975 to 1979. Are you ready? The 1975 Mr. Olympia took place from November 4th to 11th in Pretoria, South Africa. This year's big dance denotes a significant moment in bodybuilding history, as it was filmed for the 1977 docudrama Pumping Iron. Pumping Iron highlighted the intense yet highly dramatized rivalry between Arnold Schwarzenegger and Lou Ferrigno as they trained for the contest, as well as capturing the contest itself. At the time, Schwarzenegger was on a 5-year winning streak, while Ferrigno was hungry to claim his first. The 1975 contest, like the previous year, featured both the over 200 pounds and under 200 pounds categories. In the over 200 class, Arnold claimed the top spot. His main competitor, Lou Ferrigno, placed third in the heavyweight category, behind an impressive Serge Nabret. In the under 200s, Franco Columbu would once again claim the top spot on the podium, pipping master poser Ed Corney and fan favourite Albert Beckles. The final pose down consisted of the two class winners, Schwarzenegger and Columbu, who battled it out for the overall Mr. Olympia title. After going pose for some time, in a close and dramatic decision, Arnold narrowly defeated the smaller Franco with a 4-3 vote in his favour.
The winner of the 1975 overall Mr. Olympia, the one and only, the greatest, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Claiming his 6th Mr. Olympia title, as well as the increased purse of $2,500. After the event had concluded, Schwarzenegger announced that this would be his final Mr. Olympia competition, which of course added to the drama, as Ferrigno was determined to topple the dog at the top of the mountain.
No more, because it was my last year of competition, and I would like to announce officially that I'm retiring from bodybuilding competition. I would like to thank you all for supporting me. I would like to thank the judges. Bodybuilding has been a beautiful experience for me, and I will continue it for the rest of my life. I only stopped competing, but I'm not stopping bodybuilding. It's the greatest sport. Thank you.
The Pumping Iron documentary, which released 2 years later, contributed highly to both Schwarzenegger and Ferrigno's rise to fame, as both men enjoyed a great deal of success in Hollywood. Nevertheless, with the impending absence of the dominant champion, the title was left vacated, and the question on everyone's mind was, who would be the 4th Mr. Olympia? The 1976 Mr. Olympia was held in Columbus, Ohio, at the Veterans Memorial Auditorium. Just like the 2 years prior, competitors were divided into 2 weight classes, over and under 200 pounds. Notably absent from the heavyweight category were Schwarzenegger and Ferrigno. Ken Waller and Mike Katz took their position on stage, presenting impressive physiques in their own right. In the lightweight division, the card was stacked, consisting of Franco Columbu, Frank Zane, Ed Corney, Bill Grant, and Boyako. In the over 200 pound category, Ken Waller, showing impressive muscle density and maturity with nice lines, claimed the top spot, while Mike Katz took second. While Franco Columbu claimed the lightweight title, defeating Frank Zane and Ed Corney, who took out second and third respectively. On the main stage, Franco went on to defeat Waller, marking Columbu's first overall Mr. Olympia win. This, after previously securing the lightweight title in 1974 and 75, ultimately losing the overall title to Arnold, as mentioned earlier. Perhaps of interest to you, Franco also became the first ever under 200 pound overall champion. In addition, he also took his place at the top of the podium and claimed the increased prize money of $5,000 for his efforts. The only question was, could he replicate this feat the following year? This year's contest was once again held in Columbus and saw a significant rise in popularity, drawing more spectators than in previous years. Additionally, the two weight classes, over and under 200 pounds, were still in effect. Sorry if I'm repeating myself too much with that intro, we'll move on. The overs featured Robby Robinson, Ken Waller, Dennis Tenorino, and Roger Walker, while the unders lineup consisted of Frank Zane, Ed Corney, Boyako, Albert Beckles, and Bill Grant. With such a stacked lineup, featuring 9 participants in total, the posing rounds were lengthy and challenging for the athletes. On the other side of the coin, however, this of course made it more entertaining for those in the crowd. In the over 200 pound contest, Robby Robinson ultimately defeated Waller and Tenorino, who placed second and third respectively. While in the unders, Zane defeated Corney and Co, who placed second and third respectively. As the decision was made on the class victors, the crowd eagerly anticipated the pose down between Zane and Robinson. At the conclusion of the posing round, and after some deliberation by the judges, they eventually reached a decision. Although both men had their hands raised by Joe Weider, it was Zane who claimed the victory.
Doesn't mean everything in bodybuilding. That the symmetry is very important. How you do your presentation of the posing routine, that your body is put together perfectly.
Being presented with the prize money and the coveted title. This marks both Zane's first Olympia win and what many considered to be a shift in the bodybuilding tides. With this decision, the judges purposefully highlighted that they would now be rewarding symmetry, proportion, beauty, and definition, rather than just simply mass. Reports concerning the prize money awarded for this competition differ, with some writing 13,000 and others 5. Well, the latter is the correct figure, as confirmed by the winner himself in the Evolution of Bodybuilding documentary, in which he also states that this was also the first year in which the Weidas presented the winner, Zane, with the coveted Sandow Trophy.
In 1977, winning the Olympia meant a cash prize of $5,000, and the trophy, which I got to learn later, was the first year they gave out the Sandow Trophy. And so I'm the recipient of that, but I didn't know it at the time.
The only question left was, could he back it up next year?
And here, the new Mr. Olympia. Frank, congratulations to you.
Fantastic.
Great going. We've watched you in a lot of these, and this is the moment you've been waiting for.
Oh yeah, after all these years, it's really great to win. What I've been after for so long.
How many years have you been training for this?
Well, I've been training 21 years. For this show, I've been training since 1972 was the first year I entered it.
And you had a lot of fellows that were a lot bigger. Tough competition out there.
Yeah.
I don't know, what do you think?
I think I'm very happy about the results because I told you it's not the size that counts, it's the proportion and the symmetry. I had this opinion. He was the best poser today, had the best presentation, and he promoted himself all the way as being the winner this year. And he is the winner. He was confident. He came here to win.
He's also a fine gentleman. I've had the privilege of knowing him for about 7 years. Arnold, congratulations for you. It was a great competition. And from Columbus, Ohio, that's it for the Mr. Olympia contest.
The 1978 was once again held at the Veterans Auditorium in Columbus, gaining further popularity. This was directly related to the increased competition the year prior, in addition to another stacked lineup at this year's contest. A total of 13 bodybuilders competed, who were once again split into over and under 200 pound weight classes. In attendance were Robby Robinson, Frank Zane, Roy Callender, Boyako, Danny Padilla, Ed Corney, Muhammad Makawe, and Qyxz, to name but a few. The anticipation of the crowd was directed towards both Robinson and Zane. This was reaffirmed when both men were announced as the first place finishers in their respective classes. Behind Robinson in the overs class were Roy Callender in second and Qyxz in third, with Dennis Tenorino and Roger Walker rounding out the card in fourth and fifth respectively. In the unders class, Boyko finished second behind Zane, and an impressive Danny Padilla finished third. Ed Corney and Tony Emmett rounded out the top 5. Again, when it came to the overall decision, Zane and Robinson seemed out of reach for the others. While Robinson had a larger and more imposing physique, Zane's flawless form was comparable to that of a Greek statue. In the end, it was Zane that earned the victory, confirming his second Mr. Olympia title and claiming the $15,000 cash prize. Behind him finished Robinson, Calendar, Coe, and Qyxz in that order. The main point of contention from this year's competition was actually the ladder placing. When Qyxz was announced in 5th, the crowd erupted with a rain of boos. Qyxz was equally angered by this, deciding to demonstrate his frustrations on stage. Cal stepped to the center of the stage, extended his arms out wide, crossed his ankles, and tilted his head to the side. What resulted was this infamous picture, resemblant of the crucifixion. Regardless, the shine was not taken from Zane's victory. He also became hungrier, having future ambitions to secure more titles, as well as his legacy, and he would have his chance. Held for the last time in Columbus, the 1979 contest marked the final year competitors were divided into under and over 200 pound weight classes. The number of participants also grew to 15 elite level bodybuilders. The card included Mike Mensah, Dennis Tenorino, Frank Zane, Boyko, Robby Robinson, Chris Dickerson, and Tom Platz, to name but a few. Regardless, the name on everyone's minds was that of Frank Zane, the reigning 2-time champion, who was going into the 1979 Mr. Olympia looking to three-peat. With back-to-back wins, Zane had to be feeling confident. After gaining momentum by winning the IFBB Florida Pro Invitational earlier that year and featuring on the cover of Joe Weider's Muscle magazine, contender Mike Mensah was quietly confident. He easily defeated the rest of his class, however, with Tenorino and Walker placing 2nd and 3rd respectively. Now, it was the moment the crowd had been waiting for. Mensah, the heavy-duty Goliath, versus Zane, the methodical chemist. While Zane and Mensah looked comparable early, despite the size difference, Mensah started to fade. While he started the prejudging extremely sharp, he started to retain water, giving his muscles a blurry look. Conversely, Zane seemed to be getting tighter, and the gap between them grew wider. After all was said and done, and the comparisons were called to a close, it was Frank Zane's name that was called as the victor. In a demonstration of good sportsmanship, Tenorino raised Zane's hand high into the air, while Mensah looked on disapprovingly. Regardless, Zane had earned his 3rd consecutive Mr. Olympia title, the Sandow Trophy, and the $25,000 cash prize. Reflecting on the event, Zane stated, "At the banquet and a nice meal afterwards, wine flowed freely." As Christine and I sat at our table, Mike Mensah, who had come in 2nd, was nice enough to come over and say, "It's not your fault that you won." I accepted it as a compliment and thought about retiring. Could it get any better than this? If for any reason you missed my last 2 videos, hey, no judgment here, you might be new to the channel. In the first, I checked out the Olympias from 1965 to 69, and in the second, 70 to 74. Why not check them out next? Just make sure you sub before you leave. What are you doing with your life? Click the button now. Go on, do it.